Hi, this is Chris Collinsworth, and you're watching JR Sports Brief. Lock it in because we're loaded and ready to go.
So look, folks, it's JR. You're checking out the Sport Brief. Make sure you hit me up on Twitter. Go find me on Facebook and Instagram. I'm going to be down in Houston for the NBA All-Star Game in a few days. And this beautiful scenery behind me, it's all as a result of Storm Nemo, or Blizzard Nemo. But a few days before that, I was down in New Orleans for Super Bowl XLVII, and one of the cooler things that I checked out was how a football is made. And a huge shout outs to Wilson. They actually hooked me up a little bit. I'm going to show you guys in a little while. But every NFL football has been made by Wilson since 1941, right out of Ohio. And everything kind of starts right there with my main man, Mark. Yeah, that is the beginning of a football. Those are two halves. They're going to get turned inside out. They're going to go into that steam box for approximately 30 seconds, 212 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, that's not something that you necessarily want to cook your dinner in. But once he pulls it out for those 30 seconds, he basically puts it on that turning bar where he begins to mold it, where he begins to shape it. It's almost like the creation of a child. Or maybe a child for Ben Roethlisberger or the football gods. And then he starts ironing out the seams, and it's nothing that I'm necessarily going to try because, quite frankly, I'd probably make an awful football. But once we're done with the molding and the football gets turned inside out and all that good stuff, it's time for the football to get laced up. I didn't necessarily know that a football had a bladder, but it is a bladder, and the fortunate part is it's not filled with any type of excrement or human waste. This football bladder is full of air, and it's going to help somebody like Tom Brady or Peyton Manning basically rocket it down the football field. And the cool thing is, after you put the bladder in the football, you can begin to lace it up. And unfortunately, I've never had success with lacing. I mean, even still today, I'm walking around with Velcro shoes. That's a senior citizen's dream right there. So once that all got done and I was hooked up, I mean, I tried, but I failed miserably. Then it was time to actually mold the football a little bit more. That machine right there is 100 pounds of pressure. Now, this is something that I could do kind of easy. All I had to do was press a button, and it's kind of like presto magic there. Yeah, that's the easiest and simplest thing I could do. The football goes in there for 1 minute, and then it's like a game of Pop Goes the Weasel, or actually waiting for Santa Claus to deliver presents to your house. But after that happened, we fixed the laces a little bit. I mean, that was the football I made, so the football was kind of terrible. And the cool thing is, I got my own JRSportBrief football. Wow. 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 Yeah, that's kind of fresh. That's what you all saw in that image right there. So huge shout outs to Wilson. And another cool thing is, you know what? People are always talking about, hey, I got a game used ball. I got a game used that. Every NFL team gets 780 footballs to begin the season, and each football is marked with their own insignia. If you get a 49ers ball, it's going to say 49ers. If you get a New York Jets football, it's going to say New York Jets. Although, I don't know why anybody would get a New York Jets ball because, quite frankly, the New York Jets are losers. So that's a kind of a cool way to figure out whether or not you got a real ball, if Tony Romo gave you a real one, or whether he was just trying to be a jerk to you. So big shout-outs to Wilson. It's always cool to learn something. I got a football. I mean, nobody is going to tell me anything ever. I think the next time I see OC and DeMarcus Ware, I just may run them over. I can't be told anything right now. This is JR. Make sure you hit me up on Twitter. Go find me on Facebook and check out Wilson right there if you want your own football. I think I'm going to go play in the elements. I'm going to go play in the snow. I'll catch you folks later. Peace.